Today, October 4th, is the great feast day of Saint Francis of Assisi. Here's another little visual aid. Someone gave me this statue when I was ordained a bishop, and it shows Francis just leaning over and blessing somebody and loving them. Francis is probably the most popular Catholic saint and certainly appeals to people beyond the boundaries of the church. He's not the patron saint of bird baths, and oftentimes people just make him kind of into this hippie environmentalist that ran around, singing to the sun and the moon and the stars. That was part of him, but the essence of him was a soul radically given to Christ. So after his conversion, after he was wounded in battle and experienced this call of Christ, he gave away all of his possessions to the poor, gave away many of his father's possessions as well, and went to live with the lepers. So he found that through the path of radical poverty and humility, he could most easily encounter Jesus Christ. So his whole life was given over to the service of the poor, the joyful praise of God. And at the end of his life, he died when he was 44. But at the end of his life, he was blind, he was sick, he was weak, he couldn't see anything, and yet that's when he wrote his beautiful Canticle of the Sun, which is this poetic praise of all of creation. It's really one of the first literary works in what was emerging as modern Italian. But he wrote it when his whole senses were deprived. The other thing that marks him is he received the stigmata. He's the first known saint to receive the wound marks of Jesus' crucifixion. They caused him great pain, and they bled profusely, but it was a sign of God's favor that Francis was so conformed to Christ that he shared even in the depths of Jesus' passion. So Francis is just a saint that breaks all the boundaries, and it calls us to a whole new way of relationship with God and others that's bound and built on a radical, self-emptying, unconditional love. Saint Francis of Assisi, pray for us.